Well, we were about a week into having a new member in the family, so shout out Brandon and Paige, probably living it up in Jamaica right about now. But cool to just look back on the weekend and reflect. It was a super cool setup to have 3 to 4 days to have the whole wedding party together to celebrate Brandon and Paige rather than cramming it into 1 or 2 days. So cool to have everyone there and get to know everyone better. And there's a lot of people who spoke over those days on rehearsal dinner, wedding, on other events. And looking back with a buddy on Sunday, and he just mentioned how cool it was to hear basically every person who spoke mention God or faith in some way. And um, I mean, how could you look at, how those two are brought together and not see God at work from, uh, I mean, going to Iowa at the same time to Brandon being coach at Northwestern, where his future brother-in-law was a player. Paige going on to PA school there, and one other circumstances and happenstances that you can chalk up to coincidence if you want, but that's not how I see it, and that's not how a lot of people there saw it. So just cool to have so many people mention God and just see how they're connected. And during the ceremony, during their vows, they both quoted Taylor Swift lyrics, which was awesome. And Brandon quoted Invisible Strings, which I had never heard before, but that's a pretty cool way to describe it. It's just two people who were brought together and not only have a strong foundation and belief in God, but also surrounded by just a support system and families on both sides who also acknowledge and believe in God. And from parents who spoke and friends, family who spoke. My little sister prayed over Brendan and Paige with the whole wedding party surrounding them, which was very cool and brave for someone to do at that age. So shout out Peyton. Yeah, I think it's just a good lesson to speak about God when his presence is evident, when it's clear he's at work, and just give credit where credit's due. And to have so many people do that on both sides of the family, and Brandon Page themselves mention God. They especially with marriage, this is the foundation of marriage, putting God first. There was a time in my life where I would have thought that to be a common thing, being from conservative Northwest Iowa, but being in other parts of the country, I know that's not always the case, and how rare that can actually be nowadays. So yeah, just a good lesson to acknowledge God, speak his name when he's at work, and to just to look back and reflect on where he's been present, where he's been at work in your life or the lives of other people, and how he can bring people together or work out certain situations where, there's hills, there's valleys. Brandon and Paige have certainly had their hills and valleys, but it ultimately brought them together. And again, that's just a credit to God being a master crafter, always at work in the background. And it's a good lesson to be on the lookout for where God may be at work in your life. And just a good reminder when you see him come through, when you see his presence, to not be afraid to acknowledge it in front of others. I think it's a powerful thing. And so, yeah, just be more mindful of acknowledging God and being on the lookout for his presence. God bless.